Hey guys, this is Christopher. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for coming to the channel. This welcome video is pretty much to explain why the channel exists and what you should expect. So this channel pretty much exists for two reasons, or I should say two groups of people. The first one, obviously, are my tax clients, people that I work with at my office or remotely annually. And the other group of people is the general population, people that may stumble across these videos and find something useful in them, find them interesting, maybe entertaining, who knows, and, to share information with them. And what's the reason? Why would I have information to share in the first place? And essentially what it comes down to is the experience that I have from, my side of the desk, as I say. I have been sitting across from clients for 32 years. I started when I was 18, straight out of high school. Even when I was in a university, I was still seeing clients. And so for all these years, I've seen every conceivable financial success and financial blunder you can imagine. And as you can probably also imagine, after seeing the same thing so many times, you eventually understand what are those patterns? What are the patterns that cause somebody who makes more money than one person to save so much less or nothing, and the person who's making so much less money to have just much higher savings and a low mortgage and so much better financial life? And that's the thing that I have studied and paid such close attention to. And, I could give two simple examples. One, and this was a very firsthand experience that I had when I was growing up, maybe let's see, 16, 17, 18, 19, all the way through my 20s and so forth. I was watching my friends buy these brand new cars or lease cars and have these huge payments all the time. And to me, I'm thinking, my God, do they just have money to burn? Why? Like, how are they saving anything? Because to me, I'm like, well, I got to save first, right? So I always drove a beater. And if you know me personally, I always drove just the worst cars. And, I would always have to fix them myself, whatever. And I learned a lot about cars. I could probably build you a 1997 Saturn wagon from a box of parts if you wanted me to, for example. Anyway, so what I did was I just saved that money that I wasn't spending on a vehicle. And it allowed me to have a big down payment when I ended up buying a house. And of course, I kept doing that. I kept taking that money and just dumping it on the mortgage principal. So as you can imagine, significantly accelerating the payoff on the house. And then the other example, this is just recent, about a month ago, and it's something I always pay attention to. You can pay attention to economic cycles and all that, but the easiest indicator for me to know when to enter and exit the market. And remember, I am a tax accountant, not a financial advisor. Of course, while I have a very significant responsibility to my tax clients to act in their best interest, for the general population, I don't have a fiduciary responsibility for you. So do your own research. Do not act on anything I say unless you think it's a good idea for you. Okay? Anyway, so about a month ago, and just for reference, it's the end of January 2023. So this would have been at the end of the year 2022. And the market was just horrible. I mean, 22 was a terrible year in the market in the first place, and December was just as bad. And I started getting the call. Oh my gosh, Chris, I don't know what to do. I have a friend who day trades, and they said it's just going to go downhill from here. Everything is a catastrophe. I'm going to sell everything. And of course, when I hear that, that's my clue to buy. And on the flip side, and I'll give the example from Elon Musk and Dogecoin, a cryptocurrency, when he showed up on Saturday Night Live to host Saturday Night Live, and he had a couple jokes about Dogecoin. I had gotten in Dogecoin when it was 0.2 of 1 penny, so it was super cheap. When it hit a penny, I had 500% increase. Right? It was just wild gains, and I sold between 10 and 20 cents. And of course, that night it hit 70. So sure, I left. I could have had more profit, right? Well, I started texting people. I was like, listen, if you're still holding your Dogecoin, you really need to get rid of it tonight. You could always buy it back if it goes lower, but are we going to have better press than this? I mean, is it going to get higher? And no joke, one of the people that I told this to said, no, I'm doubling my position tonight. That was a terrible idea because it's completely crashed since then, and maybe it'll go back up one day. But again, it's the contrarian viewpoint. So the thing that I've learned is, by and large, people make terrible financial mistakes. And I see it all the time. So what I encourage people to do is kind of do the opposite. So if you leave here with nothing else and never visit my channel again, just know whatever your neighbors are doing, if you do the opposite, you'll probably work out better for you. Again, do your own research, okay? And then the only other thing I'll add here is I'm not here to take money from you, okay? And of course, my clients come in and I charge them to do their taxes, and I wish I didn't have to. I'm a terrible capitalist. I would be much better if I go win the lottery. I'll do your taxes for free for the rest of my life, okay? But that being said, I know all these other channels like, oh, sign up on Webull for 2 free shares and I get 2 free shares. Well, if you ever see anything from like that on my channel or in the description, it will only be because I'll have figured out a way to give you my 2 free shares. If Coinbase gives you $100 and gives me $100 when you sign up, I'll give you the $100 they gave me, okay? Because as far as I'm concerned, as soon as I take sponsorship money or I'm trying to make money off you, that's going to, not that it would because I wouldn't let it, but it would be very easy for you to think that the things I'm telling you can't be trusted because they're there only to make me money, which you can go out into YouTube and you'll see plenty of that. Anyway, that's the long and short of it. I hope you stick around. Hopefully you can learn something. And if you don't, have a good life. And if you do, let me know what you want to hear about. Seriously, throw it in the comments. I will try to make videos for whatever requests I get. And if you are a long-term a subscriber to the channel, you'll know I just nuked everything. And now it's just very small. I'm going to rebuild from here just because the studio's set up now. Things could just look a little better. I'm not going to wear a suit. This is the best you're going to get out of me. Hope it's good enough. All right. Take care. Bye.